1,000 years before the events in The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion and The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls Online lets you take part in the stories set within the compelling history and deep lore of the Elder Scrolls franchise. Designed to be played exactly the way you want to play, you can start wherever you like, with no level restrictions and no subscription required. This massive world is yours to explore, alone or with friends. Choose a favorite location or storyline and jump in. From the capital cities of the Three Alliances to the magical Somerset Isles. From the Khajiit territory of Elsewhere to Morrowind, the home of the Dark Elves. From frozen Skyrim in the north to the endless swamps of Blackmarsh, adventure is everywhere. Are you ready to forge your own legend? Options for creating and personalizing characters in the Elder Scrolls Online are almost without limit. Choose from 9 different character races, with a 10th race option available as an add-on. Select from 6 unique classes and customize them to fill exactly the role you want to play. Want to create a high elf sorcerer who wears heavy armor and wields dual daggers for close quarters combat? Why not? Or maybe a Redguard Dragon Knight who prefers light armor and a bow. It's completely up to you. Earn skill points as you adventure across Tamriel to improve your character. Then master and customize your skills to match your style of play. As you explore the world, keep an eye out for sky shards. For every 3 of these rare crystals you collect, you earn a bonus skill point to spend on your character. The in-game skill advisor provides recommendations on how to best spend your points at each level, based on the different roles available to your character. And you can always reset your skills and reallocate your points whenever you visit a major city, so you can build and play the exact character you imagine. Go anywhere, do anything. That's the freedom presented in the Elder Scrolls Online. The game scales your character to the content, so explore any dark cave or mysterious forest that intrigues you. Adventure on your own, or with friends, even if those friends have wildly different levels or belong to different alliances. Dive into the rich and varied story content as a solo player, or join a group to take on the most dangerous dungeons and boss monsters in the world. During your character creation, select one of the 3 alliances competing for power in this era: the Daggerfall Covenant, the Ebonheart Pact, or the Aldmeri Dominion. Each alliance features a unique and compelling storyline, but your choice never precludes you from playing with friends of different alliances. The Elder Scrolls Online is designed so you can travel anywhere at any time, no matter your level or alliance. Tamriel is a dangerous place. When you cannot sneak or talk your way out of conflict, you have to fight. The Elder Scrolls Online features an action-based combat system, reminiscent of the classic Elder Scrolls games. Use your skills, special abilities, and a combination of light and heavy attacks to defend yourself and your allies while you obliterate your foes. Unleash powerful synergy attacks when fighting as part of a group, and use block and dodge to reduce damage and avoid enemy attacks. If you prefer sneaking to direct combat, you can use stealth to evade detection, get around obstacles, or even set yourself up to unleash a potent surprise attack. Even the best solo player needs a little help now and then. Use the group and activity finder and the friends list to team up with other players for a dungeon or other adventure. The Elder Scrolls Online community is extremely welcoming to new players and invites them to join in. Our players go out of their way to help new players and show them the ins and outs of adventuring in Tamriel. This is especially evident within player guilds, a great way to meet others and develop lasting relationships that enhance your game. Join a guild to trade resources, tackle group content, or simply chat about the latest revelation of lore. There are also in-game guilds your character can join to receive new skill options and special rewards. The Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, the Dark Brotherhood, and the Thieves Guild are all accessible through story content. And for a real challenge, join the Undaunted and earn a unique skill line and extra rewards for tackling group dungeons. Dungeons present some of the most difficult and dangerous content available in the Elder Scrolls Online. From the small dungeon delves that challenge solo players, to group dungeons that require 4 players to take on, to the ultimate 12-person trials. These strange and wondrous places offer amazing visuals, complex battles, and compelling opponents unlike anything else in the game. Once your character reaches 10th level and you have a better understanding of the game, The Elder Scrolls Online gives you the option to participate in a variety of player versus player, or PvP, content. Duels offer a more intimate PvP experience, where you can test your skills or try out a new character build in one-on-one combat against another player. Battlegrounds present short, intense combat as 4-person teams take on 15-minute battles to earn achievements, experience, and special rewards. Alliance wars are large-scale battles where the 3 alliances fight for control of the imperial capital of Cyrodiil. With siege weapons and massive armies, fight to capture and defend keeps and win the day. While you adventure and explore, don't forget to collect the valuable resources you find scattered throughout the world. These items can be used to craft weapons, armor, food, potions, and accessories that you can use to improve or further customize your character. Develop your skills in one or more professions and improve them by completing specialized crafting writs. The professions include alchemy, blacksmithing, enchanting, clothing, woodworking, provisioning, and jewelry crafting. The Elder Scrolls Online provides players with the ability to own and personalize homes for their characters all across Tamriel. Homes can be acquired by completing quests, purchased through the Crown Store, or bought with in-game gold. Houses consist of single-room abodes to multi-chambered mansions. But nothing beats the opulence or grandeur of a manor house, complete with luxury accommodations for your character and up to 24 guests. Home ownership doesn't end there. Craft furnishings and accessories to personalize, improve, and decorate your home. There's never been a better moment to jump in and start playing The Elder Scrolls Online. With access to a multitude of adventures all across the width and breadth of Tamriel, and the freedom to play wherever and however you like, it's time to begin your Elder Scrolls story.
developments here for Skyblivion. This is a game that's going to be coming out here in June of 2025. This is going to be some great stuff for the developments coming into the game. There's a lot of things to do before the game is released, and I chose DuckDuckGo.com to kind of look at some stuff through for the developments of the game. There's not a lot of information, not a lot of videos on Skyblivion online to where we are gearing towards in ESO, furthering in the game series. As you can see, the first DLC. This is the first introduction of the game being developed. As you can hear this being spoken, where the first DLC starts out from what's called Greymoor to the second DLC, which is Horns of the Reach, and then to the third DLC, which is Imperial City. So you'll kind of understand how complex this kind of came out of nowhere. And so basically what we have to do is we have to kind of make up some stories, and the real stories will come from the made up stories. Some pretty sweet stuff. So let's get into it. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just type in Skyblivion. And what comes up for the kind of feel like crap, but this is kind of the first introduction here to the of what Skyblivion is through here in DuckDuckGo. There's multiple other places that in throughout the internet in which you guys can see. There's some stuff that you might not wanna look at in the throughout the internet, as some information may be true and some information may not be true. So you got to look in here on what the game is involved with on certain forums. I was involved over here in the Elder Scrolls Skyblivion in the site as a volunteer type of position, and that went well for a while, and then going further on into the system over in the Skyblivion Discord just did not go well. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, it's like when one bad apple comes in, the rest just, and there's not doesn't work. And so the information that I've seen, I do not want to fight. I don't want any tension that is going on. There's many people working on this game, and lots of people like putting everything they can into the game. And there's a difference between ESO and then the offline side of Elder Scrolls. Right here, which in the future, this might be different to where the different branches of Skyblivion will go in the offline side and show you guys information throughout for the offline side. The side that I'm talking about is the online side, and so we are going to have to get more information, and the quest developments are going to have more videos to produce to show you guys more of what the game is online. When you look in here over at the site, just it's easy just clicking on information when you search for something. So this is a good site, but it's just not Elder Scrolls Online. So I've kind of got to let that be known. And over here, when you search for Skyblivion, this is some great information on where Wikipedia has been produced. However, there's not I'm not seeing on this side for Sky Oblivion on ESO, the ESO side. I'm just not seeing Sky Oblivion being realized on the material written internet. We can talk all day long about how we can get these things in with Sky Oblivion Online. This is going to take some time to get these things released, and so just going to go down here where it talks about the Elder Scrolls Sky Oblivion official release year. This is in YouTube, and then also some other information. As you'll see this video in YouTube. So the and other places, I'm sure. I'm kind of trying to speak, but I can't speak all the time. Like when a thought comes in, another thought comes in, and so I'm gonna try to make it easier for you guys to kind of get an explanation of what's going on with the game, the online game of Sky Oblivion. Right here it says in Wikipedia, the upcoming fan remake of the 2006 video game The Elder Scrolls IV, or some call it 1V, Oblivion. The mindset of in ESO is to getting the mindset of Oblivion and Skyrim. The actual, like, inside of ESO, when we see information, there's not a whole lot of information on Sky Oblivion, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information that's going to be inputted into the system. The system's already working. Sky Oblivion is in beta right now, and it's in beta testing over in Steam. Steam needs a lot of help, and the ESO is not fully functioning over in the Steam consoles. And so those of you that have a PC or a Mac, you'll kind of understand what I'm saying, where we have to transfer files. Over in Discord, when I was in there with the Sky Oblivion Discord, I had seen the files, the Elder Scrolls files being transferred in Discord, and that's fine. However, there was just some things that just did not happen, and I haven't linked up that specific Discord in the Sky Oblivion online release here later on. There is the Elder Scrolls Discord in Steam, but it's just a different Discord. And so as you can see, there's kind of two sides to the game, to where there's the online and the offline. For the online, we're just not seeing very much information, and when you see some of the information, you're gonna be like, that has nothing to do with Sky Oblivion. I would love to see the game be remade through the creation engine, to where the game is totally remade. When you see the creation engine like functioning from where it was back over, like in the graphics of Oblivion and Skyrim, you're gonna see on the offline side here in the future, if they haven't already quit, you guys will see a Skyrim rendition of the game Sky Oblivion. In ESO, we were starting out with going into the I can't remember where you start out. It's you meet an elf character inside of the game, and then you go out of the prison, just like in every Elder Scrolls games. We start out as a prisoner, and then we go out to where we're trying to get to. So when you get out of that prison, you go through a bunch of different trials to where you get outside of the prison, and then going and you get to decide. I think it's over in the Adamantine Tower is where you have the choice of where to help in Tamriel. And in the game in Sky Oblivion, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to first go over to the portal of Western Skyrim, or otherwise known as Greymore, which leads you guys into the first DLC. The second DLC, that's a little bit more of a complex nature, because going into the Fall Creek dungeon, you're going up against a bunch of difficult characters. And right now, currently, if you go into the Imperial City DLC, you go in there, and it's going to be a very difficult task. What we're going to have is we're going to have an MMO style of gameplay, to where we can defeat those enemy characters that have spawned massively. This is what there's multiple enemy characters in there when you go into the game. So just to prepare you guys, we're gonna have an MMO going in there. Now, if we have an RPG, then the RPG style is possible, but you're gonna have your character leveled up pretty high in the game to going into Imperial City. There's multiple enemy game characters that are in Imperial City when you first go outside of the sewer tunnel. So there's a storyline in there in the going into the third DLC, as the current time that's right now of what's going on in Elder Scrolls Sky Oblivion is the third DLC is being presented in Imperial City, or is what known as getting us prepared to go from Cyrodiil into Skyrim. Now, when we look over into the first and second DLC, we're kind of looking into the land of Skyrim, and what we want to do is I'm going to use the Imperial City DLC as an example. We want to actually get to the get the bridge complete. The newest bridge that has been just built is absolutely amazing. The bridge is not man-made. It's over near Castle Alessia, and you can check that out by going across the bridge. You'll see by going across the bridge, there's some fires going on from Oblivion. Oblivion kind of coming slowly revealing themselves. We don't want Oblivion to come out. You see what I'm saying? There would be mass destruction, and the purpose of that, for us to not let Oblivion out, is so we don't have our electronics destroyed. The purpose of going into Sky Oblivion, this is going to save us. I really do believe this is going to save us. And so getting information on the ESO side for Sky Oblivion, this is going to be great. And so this is the first step for the quest developments in the online Sky Oblivion side. As you're kind of seeing here, the offline side being presented from others. And so this is kind of what has to happen. We have to get information in here that's going to coincide with each other. When we see the name Sky Oblivion, well, we both need the offline and online side in Wikipedia and in other places. We need we need writings from different sites that are talking about the Elder Scrolls Online Sky Oblivion. When you guys see this, the Elder Scrolls Sky Oblivion, some of you might be confused on which side Sky Oblivion is on, if whether it's on online or whether Sky Oblivion is offline. That's the beautiful thing about the game, to where we can play both online and offline. This is going to be an awesome thing for you guys to understand. The offline side is going to look more of like a classic look, whereas on the online side, you'll see it's more of newer graphics that you kind of see as part of. If you have ever played ESO, you kind of know what the ESO type of graphics are. Going into Greymore, as you leave the Adamantine Tower, you'll kind of notice Solitude looks very similar to the Solitude in Skyrim. And the game in Oblivion, in the 4th version, can you even see Solitude? I haven't gotten that far in the Oblivion game to go further in an explanation of what that might entail. So this is a big project. Getting the information in here for the new game of Sky Oblivion coming out. This is going to be a lot of work. So it shows here in this information from Games Radar, just a site that is in here, and that's a great thing. I think information is great, and it says here about Oblivion's Skyrim remake will launch by 2025. Says something or about 50 years before blah 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 blah. The actual game, the Elder Scrolls Online Sky Oblivion, is set to be released in 2025. Now this is the point of on the offline side. Is this information going to be re-edited? And that's the point, to be communicating whether this information is going to be re-edited, because the certain parties or branches of the that are involved with Elder Scrolls is going to look at this and they're like, yeah, we can just re-edit this because we didn't know. That's the point of when somebody or a group, when they present, they're going to come out with something, and then people are like, yeah, we do like that, we do want that to come out, and then you find out that the entire group that had presented before, that were saying that they were going to launch this in 2025, then the sides like over in Games Radar find out that the other side has quit. They're like, what do we do now? Well, we're just going to have to re-edit the information and say it's the Elder Scrolls Online Sky Oblivion. It can be both. The game can be both online and offline, but that has to be understood. You gotta understand what sides you're going into. If you're going into the online side or the offline side. And so that's a pretty good start on kind of an introduction, going into what is going there. There's going to have to be a lot that is done, and I'll show here right now of how complex this kind of does get. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to write in the Elder Scrolls Online Sky Oblivion. This is like the technical writing that has already been produced over on Steam, which will lead us over into Xbox and PlayStation and Epic Games and Twitch. Twitch is great. I like Twitch, and so I'm just gonna enter this and see what we get for the search engine. See, this is all we get is the site, the Elder Scrolls Skyblivion. This right here is the offline side of Skyblivion. There's not a lot of information on the online side. And so I guess more information is going to have to be introduced to you guys as far as the online side. And so YouTube's a great place, but we're also going to have other places like Wikipedia having information available for in ESO. If you go over to just like typing in like ESO, you're going to see a ton of information on the internet. Multitudes of information is available on the ESO side. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get some more information in Wikipedia on the difference between the offline and the online side of Skyblivion. So getting that prepared, I want to show a lot of what's going on inside of the game, but this is just kind of like introducing the game. I do want to present the game like in its full aspect. That will take kind of like the Infinite Archive that's going on right now, or some probably thought, why is that called Infinite Archive? I thought it was called Endless Archive. Well, it was called Endless Archive, but we decided to call it Infinite Archive. So what are you gonna call the archive? Endless Archive or Infinite Archive? Infinite Archive kind of sounds a little bit better and sounds more like the online side, whereas Endless Archive sounds like the offline side. So I don't want to take in. I don't really want to take a whole lot away from the offline side of Skyblivion, because I know those guys are working very hard. However, there may not be able to be some things that are put in to the system, because there are some things seen. I don't want to open my mouth from what I'm thinking, and so I want to make sure you guys are going to start getting more involved in the Elder Scrolls Online Skyblivion. What I want you guys to do is I want you to make a lot more, write more, like over in IGN or over in UESP or over in Wikipedia. I do want you guys that to produce videos in YouTube as well. I want to make sure that the quest development gets noticed, but I also want the writings in places like IGN and Wikipedia and other places like UESP. I want those places to get noticed as well. When we all get noticed, that's when the whole game works. That's some great stuff. So hopefully you've kind of gotten to see the doc, as this is kind of a first start. This is a good start, but this isn't much. There's going to have to be a lot more presented for the game going into the 3 major consoles that different people play. Going and explaining that that online Skyblivion has to go on to Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. That's a lot of information to explain, and within time, we're gonna get that information in, and I really hope you guys are going to enjoy the game. later on tonight, what I'm gonna do here currently is I'm in the Alliance War, and I'm part of a guild called Winter Snail. It's a fun little group. I love the game. So hopefully you've learned a little bit more and kind of gotten an introduction to to Elder Scrolls Online. That's what I specifically am dealing with on the Sky Oblivion side. So hopefully you've enjoyed, and you will get ready to get involved with the next chapter. Until then, Sky Oblivion is just swimming.